In the bird room today, in the cockatiel cage I ordered mid-December, hoping to get it by Christmas, finally arrived. They said the shipping was delayed and wasn't going to get here till January 15th. But thankfully it came in yesterday and I was able to go ahead and get it together, move all their old toys from the old cage to the new cage, and I did get them a couple new toys as well. But just to give you a close-up view of it pretty much. And you can see how I had to improvise to hang their toys because it uses a roof, so I used the dowel purchase, pretty much the only thing they're good for, to kind of put all their toys and stuff on there. And I did spread them out, and it's kind of almost the same layout as like how it was in their old cages, so they're pretty familiar with it. And they are getting used to climbing around the cage. And I picked this particular cage because of its half-inch bar spacing. The reason why I do that, because as you can see, they love to climb the side of the cages and stuff like that. And I noticed when I went bigger bar spacing, like 5/8, they were having a hard time trying to climb around. Now they were able to get around, but I noticed it was just a lot harder for them to get around. So this is actually the perfect bar spacing, half-inch for cockatiels pretty much, and they do get around and climb around easy. And it also makes mounting perches and everything else just a lot easier because you got instead of using 2, you can use 3 wires to support the perches and stuff like that, and you don't gotta worry about breaking welds and stuff. Now that's one good thing about this cage, because it is an A&E cage. The welds are actually pretty good on this, unlike the Everlaw cage I reviewed on eBay, which the welds were popping. This one actually got very strong welds on it. And the bars, well, you can't move them as easily either. They're actually a lot stronger too, so that's a good thing. Now, let me see which one this one is. Wally here is playing on her swing as she usually does. I know some people say they hate unstable perches, they don't use the swing. She's the exception. She loves that swing, and I mean, she's always on that swing. Now, I do let them out all the time and stuff like that too, and they're on ropes and everything else you can possibly think of, so she's used to being on unstable perches pretty much anyway, and that's why she probably likes it. Now here's Pepper and Fresco right here on their perch, which they always usually on that side. Unless Fresco decides he wants to guard the food bowl, which sometimes he does. But I put their food bowls right there. I did get these particular ones here, which is the auto feeders, and the reason why I went with those is because then that way they can't just throw their food all over the floor everywhere in the room. And then number 2, it also keeps them from pooping in their food and stuff like that. And then I put their water bowl underneath the food bowl, so if they poop, it's less likely to land in their water and stuff like that. Now, usually I recommend putting their food bowls above the perch that they're always on, but because it's in front of the perch, they're less likely to poop on it anyway. They always poop this way usually. But then most of the time when they sleep on this side, so that's normally where they would poop anyway. You can see there's a Marte branch there. That big toy right back there is the new one that I got them, and it's pretty big for them. So I'm going to let them go and get used to this cage, let them adapt to it. Hopefully they'll enjoy it. It is wide, it's 44 inches wide, it's a lot wider than what even the camera really shows, and it's very tall, so it's a major upgrade from what they had before, so hopefully they'll enjoy it. Even though it is that they only really sleep in it, because usually when I hold them I let them out most of the time anyway. I did want to get them something big, because while I'm at work, then they can be able to play, bounce around, and everything else, and they're not bored or stuck in one spot all the time. And it's only fair because I got these guys right here, a nice large cage, so I want to get something that matches. Now the very next thing I'm going to get for this bird room is 6-foot trees, which I am getting. They're going to cost me quite a bit, but it's going to be worth it because then they'll be able to climb the trees and stuff like that. And eventually I'll get rope perches and netting and rope and stuff like that in this room and stuff like that, so they can go and climb around and everything else. But that'll be coming in future videos and stuff like that. Once I start getting that stuff in, then I'll do a video of it pretty much. But this concludes this video.